It's recording. Yo, JR, 2 days out from prep.
That's right.
I love it, man. You have that look. You have that drawn-in look to your face. You got the beanie on. Is that a hoodie?
Skeletor.
Are you?
Yeah. It's like a tribal little.
Is this Kai Green?
I'll look like Kai Green in about 2 days. Trust me, I'm putting a lot of coats of tan on.
Yeah, you're going to need quite a bit.
And a lot of grapefruits.
So your carbs right now, what have you done this week for prep? As far as your carb loading and water, what's your take on that real quick?
Pretty much, I'm working with the coach and everything, but we kind of make sure that we see eye to eye. Pretty much, I guess, peak week started on Saturday, where we really started drinking a lot of water. I was probably taking anywhere from 3 to 4 gallons a day, and I did that for about 4 days all the way up till Tuesday. Didn't really manipulate sodium too much. Just didn't really aggressively add a whole lot of sodium, so it's still present, in my diet. But Wednesday we cut back to about 2 gallons and we started carbing. I did about 200 to, 250 grams of carbs, just the other day, and that filled me up a little bit. And then today we're doing about a gallon of water. So water's still there. I think some people cut that back a little bit too much. It's down a little bit, but we're still getting a gallon of water. So we're doing better than most people on an average day. But, today, we're really bringing in a lot of carbs. We're doing about 400 to 450 grams of carbs, hoping to kind of pull a little bit in the muscles and just fill it out. And then, just kind of play it by ear. It's one of those things you just kind of go by how you look.
How long have you been dieting total?
It's been about a 20-week prep. I would say, yeah. So, I started putting myself in the caloric deficit probably for 20 weeks. I was 260 and we'll probably be I'm not too sure my weight is. That can change. I'll probably be around, 215, maybe a little bit less. So we dropped a little bit of weight. So it's been about a pretty legit hardcore 16 weeks, pretty on it, but I've been, kind of dieting for about 20. So it's been a lot longer. I did it really gradual to start. It was a lot more aggressive probably in the last 8 weeks too.
That's crazy. That's a lot of time. But Kurt Widener and those guys, they'll diet for 30, 36, 87. They take dieting to the next level. I think it's they reduce it by 0.5 calories a week.
I think everyone's just a little bit different. So for me, I can get to that lean point, but I think to get to stage point, I need a little bit more time. Just learning my body. This is only my second show, so I value myself more than enough.
Yeah. So how do you feel about your condition coming in? You feel it's right?
I feel good. My whole goal is just to be, one, bigger than, bodybuilding, just get bigger, and I'm way bigger than last year, and, goal is to be leaner, and we're way leaner than last year as it is too, so, both goals have been met, so I'm very happy, so, I'm just kind of looking forward to having a lot of fun, and then just, kind of seeing what, people think and how they compare me to the other guys, so I'm very happy.
Cool. Are you willing to go into what you're going to do the day of the show, or is that kind of...
we're still figuring it out. The guy that I'm working with is one of those I gotta look at you, but, we'll see. I'm sure we'll cut water a little bit more, nothing too crazy, but we'll see. I'll probably keep everybody updated, but nothing too crazy. I'm not a trickster guy, and he doesn't seem like a trickster guy where he tries to pull magic, just basic protocols.
Wow. Well, that's, anything new on the supplement world? Because you work. That's the thing I'm really excited about is very few people realize that competing will mess you up work-wise, but you've been managing to launch products and clothing lines and this and that all during your prep, which is impressive as someone who's tried to do it myself. People don't realize how hard it is to prep and how absolutely shitty you feel during the process. Or you don't know if you feel shitty, but you'll know how shitty you felt next week after the show when you realize how good you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what is basically what's new in the supplement world for you? I know you've had some things coming out. I know you have this creatine beta alanine thing. Is that something you're talking about right now?
Yeah, I actually just got confirmation that it should actually be here on Friday. Wow. I got my first delivery coming, so I'm pretty excited for that. It's called Creatine. Basically just a product amount that every athlete should have, 5 grams of, quality creatine monohydrate and, 3.2 grams of your beta alanine, which is, right at your clinical dosage, and a nice flavor profile, 60 servings, blue raspberry, which is blue raspberry, but, I gotta be cool, You got the muscle punch. You got to have blue raspberry. It'll make it sell 1,000 times better, right? But yeah, that's coming in. I'm pretty excited just because I think it's 2 ingredients everybody should have. It's convenient place in 1 ingredient, and I think a lot of people will love it. We've had a great response so far. But yeah, for me working, I think honestly this time around, because last year's diet I started basically launching my supplement line, and it was tough. Just because learning so many things. I'm always learning more things, but I kind of have a better feel for things now. But to me, working helps me get through the diet because it keeps me occupied. Because for me, it's fun. So, launching the clothing stuff and really pushing that and getting new products out, that I think just makes time go by a little bit better, and kind of keeps me focused because, kind of like you, I'm a very business-minded person. Business usually always comes first. But, for me, if I'm doing that and I'm having fun with that and I'm making that do well, that just bleeds off and, makes me do well in other aspects.
That's fantastic, man. I'm excited I'm excited about the creatine beta alanine. The studies on those two together showing how more beneficial they are. And alone, they're badass. But you put them together, they supercharge the badassness of each other. So this diet, have you just because we know the YouTube audience is always looking for specifics. Food choices. Were you bro-ish or were you IIFYM-ish? Were you bro? What did you kind of do?
I was very bro. In fact, here's the fun little statistic, and I still tell people this, and they don't really believe it. When I initially started really started cutting weight, when I first started the prep, it was gradual. I was more or less getting a feel like where should my macros and my calories be at, because they were a little bit higher, in the off season. So it's like where should it be? Because I was so much bigger than I was last year, so it was I didn't exactly know. And I actually had my calories right around 3,000. I was losing. I actually lost about my first 20 pounds on 3,000 calories. For about 4 weeks, I maintained my weight doing 3,000 calories, pretty flexible, or if it fits your macros in a sense, meaning I would, a lot of hot wings.
Nice.
Just more what I won't say is, is healthy, preferable options of food. And I kept my macros virtually the same. There might be a little bit difference, but I was still hitting those 3,000 calories, and I changed the foods. Went to those broad complex carbs, lean proteins, and was really consistent and threw in things like meal timing, things that apparently have no relevance, but I actually lost 20 pounds that way initially. So, I stuck with bro. I'm one of those people where, I don't personally believe a carb is a carb. Do I think it's that much of a difference? Maybe not, but I think when you're trying to optimize things with dieting and just getting the nutrients, I'll always opt for, healthy, more natural, I'm an evolutionist in a sense when it comes to nutrition. I want it to grow out of the ground. I want it to be here. That's what my body's supposed to take in.
I was a carb as a carb guy until I think it was 2 shows ago when Jason Theobald prepped me, and he said, change all your oatmeal to sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And macros were essentially exactly the same. It may be off by 2 or 3 grams of protein from the oatmeal. Essentially the same. And I kid you not, my body changed in a week. A stupid change. And it'd been like 6 weeks. And he said, it's the micronutrients, it's the potassium in there. And otherwise, and he pretty much said, I don't fucking know, but it works. And I hate to be that bro.
I like that. I like that.
I hate to be bro-ish. I hate to do it, but, the thing is, as trainers, you look to advantage. Now, Chuck Rudolph, when he prepped me, he was on avocados. He's like, well, switch your fat to avocados. And it made a difference. Reason being, you look at thyroid support and tyrosine, which is very, very heavy in avocados. And, that's one thing that I'm kind of like, bro has its merits. And also when you're bulking, yeah, I believe you should get a lot of healthy foods. But you know what? Your micronutrients are going to be filled because you're eating so much food.
Exactly.
But when you are dieting unrestricted calories, that's the thing. When you're on restricted calories, you only get so many options where to get those micronutrients in. And I do think they help. I do think they help dramatically, and they make you healthy. And at the end of the day, dieting for a show, whether you're in the OCB or the NPC, is not healthy. You're not 5% and below body fat or whatever is not healthy. it's not optimal. So my goal is to stay as not dead as possible. And that's where I think, you know, I learned Jason Theobald, I give him full credit for turning me into a bro. Because I was one of those kind of bro-ish, but not full bro. And now in the off season, I think you can't get to the weight you got without being a bit eating chicken wings.
Oh,
but at least the chicken
wings to look like I did.
Was it free range? That's
grass fed.
Caught that shit yourself, dipped it in barbecue sauce.
That's right, organic barbecue sauce.
But man, I'm glad. Look, to each his own. Obviously, Alberto Nunez and those guys get in phenomenal shape. They know what they're doing. But a lot of people, when they look at the diet, they only see the fun foods. These guys eat healthy food too. You know,
yeah, that's the thing is, I think there's a big misconception on it. It's like all these guys do is eat Pop-Tarts, and it's like, nah, that's what gets glorified because it's so out of the normality, but it's like most of these people are pretty sensible. You know, it's usually those kids who give it a bad rep who force to be like, well, yeah, I can have a protein shake, but fuck it, let's eat pizza and then not eat again for 12 hours and post it on Facebook so people know that I'm awesome. So.
I love it. I just think to each his own. And the fact is, I don't think the bros really get mad at people eating Pop-Tarts and losing weight. It's the guys it seems like the people who eat, you know, the junk food. I hate to use the I'm sick of using Pop-Tarts. Let's say
Gummy bears.
Yeah, gummy bears.
I was doing gummy bears post-workout before it was cool to eat shit, you know?
Well, it's dextrose. I mean, Jim Stepani recommends that. But here's the deal. It's like, whatever, it seems like the people who hate people are the ones who eat the junk food, and they look at guys like you and me who might not be as into the junk food during diets, like, oh, you're a bro. It's like, just leave us alone. I mean,
yeah, like why hate me because I like sweet potatoes and chicken, you know? It's like, I'm not hating on you because you're eating your Pop-Tarts and your ice cream for breakfast.
I mean, we obviously envy them in a way, but
hey, If I could get away with that, first off, it'd probably just fuck with my mind. I think if it fits your macros to hardcore, it mess with a lot of people's heads, but you know.
Well, because you have that little taste. I can't stop. I mean, I can't.
Well, that's the thing.
Most people can't.
How the hell am I going to get my serving of carbs from ice cream when I'm going to eat the whole goddamn thing? I won't be able to eat for the next 3 days.
Well, you know
what was fun?
What was really funny is when I was in second grade, they made us dance to Richard Simmons, Sweating to the Oldies. I kid you not. It was the stupidest shit ever. And I almost sued the school. And no, I'm just playing. But nonetheless, they made us do this shit. And the Richard Simmons, I think, invented If It Fits Your Macros. Because he was telling these obese women, look, it's okay to have a cookie. Just have one cookie. Don't have 100 cookies. That, in essence, is Richard Simmons should be given full credit for inventing If It Fits Your Macros.
Yeah, and I like his shorts. He's got nice shorts.
I actually bought a pair the other day.
Actually, that guy's fashionable.
I think that would look good in the Barthel Fitness clothing line.
It's coming, trust me. I'll brand anything. So trust me, I'll have my Richard Simmons shorts coming soon.
Well, man, good luck in the show, and we're planning some things. We're even looking into a trip to see Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
If that all works out, that'd be I just want to go to hang out with Chris Jones. I think he's probably the coolest man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's definitely. I mean, he's probably the coolest guy I've ever talked to. But
he's one of those guys who, you know, walks the walk and just has a good attitude. And that's the thing. People like that. They just like people who, you know, breathe positivity, you know. So, and he's rich, so, you know, it's all good.
Yeah, and I think he'll make me cooler just being with him.
Yeah, I want to hang out with him. But I'm kind of scared because you guys are both really short, so I don't want to be like, you know, the Jolly Green Giant and look like a freak walking around.
How tall is Chris? 5'7"?
He's probably handicapped similar to your height.
Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine.
You'll always beat me in size, but I have to at least do a little bit of a height joke.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, listen, brother, good luck in your show. If you need anything, that's great. If you're watching this on my channel, what's your official channel URL, JR?
It's just, probably the YouTube Barthel Fitness. We'll link it. Mark will put it in the more information section below.
Yeah. Also, Fitness. If you've noticed a lot of my videos, I'm wearing his clothing. Check out the clothing, and I still use it at least twice a week. Unleashed is a badass pre-workout. I'm always trying new stuff, but it's always the go-to. It's adequately dosed, and even a very, very heavy critic of JR says it's the best formula on the market. And I really think, as far as dosing goes, it's right up there. If not the best, at least damn close.
That type of product, it's up there, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, man, good luck in the show, man. And, yeah, peace out. Have fun.
Peace out.
All right.